A comprehensive note on the Right to Education, RTE Act, 2009. Introduction. The Right to Education, RTE Act, 2009, is a landmark legislation in India that guarantees the right to free and compulsory education for all children aged 6 to 14 years. This act, which came into effect on April 1, 2010, represents a significant step towards ensuring educational equity and social justice in the country. Key provisions of the RTE Act. The RTE Act outlines several key provisions aimed at ensuring the implementation of the right to education. Free education. The Act mandates that no child shall be liable to pay any fee or charges that would prevent them from pursuing elementary education. This includes tuition fees, admission fees, and other associated costs. Compulsory education. The Act requires that all children between the ages of 6 and 14 must attend school and complete their elementary education. This provision aims to eradicate child labor and ensure that all children have access to education. Neighborhood schools. The RTE Act stipulates that children should be admitted to a nearby school within a reasonable distance from their residence. This provision is intended to reduce the burden on families and facilitate access to education. No screening or capitation fees. The Act prohibits schools from conducting any screening tests or demanding capitation fees for admission. This ensures that all children have equal opportunities to access education, regardless of their socioeconomic background. Reservation of seats. Private unaided schools are required to reserve 25% of their seats for children from economically weaker sections, EWS, and disadvantaged groups. This provision aims to promote social inclusion and reduce educational disparities. Norms and standards. The RTE Act sets out specific norms and standards that schools must meet in terms of infrastructure, teacher qualifications, and learning outcomes. This helps to ensure the quality of education provided. School management committees. The Act encourages the formation of school management committees, SMCs, to involve parents and the community in the management of schools. This promotes transparency and accountability. Continuous Comprehensive Evaluation, CCE. The RTE Act emphasizes the importance of CCE as a means of assessing student learning and reducing the burden of examinations. Impact of the RTE Act. The RTE Act has had a significant impact on the education landscape in India. Some of the key outcomes include increased enrollment. The Act has led to a substantial increase in school enrollment rates, particularly among marginalized communities. Reduced child labor. The provision of free and compulsory education has helped to reduce child labor, as families are no longer forced to send their children to work. Improved infrastructure. The RTE Act has spurred investment in school infrastructure, resulting in better facilities and learning environments. Enhanced teacher quality. The Act has led to efforts to improve teacher training and qualifications, resulting in a more skilled and motivated teaching workforce. Social inclusion. The reservation of seats in private schools has helped to promote social inclusion and reduce educational disparities. Challenges and limitations. Despite its achievements, the RTE Act faces several challenges and limitations. Implementation gaps. The implementation of the Act has been uneven across different states and regions, with some areas experiencing significant gaps. Resource constraints. The government faces resource constraints in terms of funding, infrastructure, and human resources, which can hinder the effective implementation of the Act. Quality issues. While the RTE Act has improved access to education, there are concerns about the quality of education being provided in some schools. Private school resistance. Some private schools have resisted the reservation of seats requirement, leading to legal challenges and implementation difficulties. Cultural and social barriers. Cultural and social barriers, such as child marriage and caste discrimination, can continue to prevent children from accessing education. Future directions. To address the challenges and limitations of the RTE Act, it is essential to take the following steps. Strengthen implementation. the government should strengthen the implementation of the Act through effective monitoring, evaluation, and accountability mechanisms. Increase resource allocation. Adequate resources should be allocated to education to ensure that the Act can be fully implemented and its goals achieved. Improve quality. Efforts should be made to improve the quality of education, including through teacher training, curriculum development, and infrastructure upgrades. Address private school resistance. The government should take steps to address the resistance of private schools to the reservation of seats requirement. Promote social justice. The RTE Act should be complemented by other policies and programs aimed at promoting social justice and addressing cultural and social barriers to education. In conclusion, the RTE Act represents a significant milestone in India's journey towards ensuring the right to education for all children. While challenges remain, the Act has the potential to transform the educational landscape and create a more equitable and inclusive society. "20 MCQs on the Right to Education, RTE Act, 2009. Questions. 1. The RTE Act guarantees the right to education for children aged a. 5 to 14 years B, 6 to 14 years C, 7 to 16 years D, 8 to 18 years. 2. The RTE Act came into effect on a. the 1st of January 2000. MCQs on the Right to Education, RTE Act, 2009. Question 1. When did the RTE Act come into effect? Options. A. 1992. B. 2002. C. 2009. D. 2010. Answer. D. 2010. Explanation. The RTE Act was enacted in 2009 but came into force on April 1, 2010. Question 2. Which constitutional amendment paved the way for the RTE Act? Options. A. 85th Amendment. B. 86th Amendment. C. 87th Amendment. D. 88th Amendment. Answer. B. 86th Amendment. Explanation. The 86th Amendment to the Indian Constitution inserted Article 21A, which guarantees the right to education for all children aged 6 to 14. Question 3. The RTE Act mandates free and compulsory education for children in the age group of. Options. A. 5 to 14. B. 6 to 16. C. 6 to 14. D. 7 to 15. Answer. C. 6 to 14. Explanation. The Act is specifically applicable to children between the ages of 6 and 14. Question 4. Which of the following is not a key provision of the RTE Act? Options. A. Reservation of seats in private schools. B. Prohibition of child labor. C. Establishment of residential schools. D. No screening or capitation fees. Answer. C. Establishment of residential schools. Explanation. The RTE Act does not mandate the establishment of residential schools. It primarily focuses on ensuring access to education in nearby schools. Question 5. The RTE Act emphasizes. Options. A. Rote learning. B. Continuous comprehensive evaluation, CCE. C. Standardized tests. D. Corporal punishment. Answer. B. Continuous comprehensive evaluation, CCE. Explanation. The Act promotes CCE as a means of assessing student learning and reducing the burden of examinations. Question 6. The RTE Act requires private and aided schools to reserve what percentage of their seats for children from economically weaker sections, EWS, and disadvantaged groups? Options. A. 15%. B. 20%. C. 25%. D. 30%. Answer. C. 25%. Explanation. This provision aims to promote social inclusion and reduce educational disparities. Question 7. Which of the following is a potential challenge in implementing the RTE Act? Options. A. Lack of infrastructure. B. Inadequate teacher training. C. Resistance from private schools. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Explanation. These factors can hinder the effective implementation of the Act. Question 8. The RTE Act aims to. Options. A. Promote child labor. B. Discourage school enrollment. C. Ensure educational equity. D. Increase dropout rates. Answer. C. Ensure educational equity. Explanation. The Act is designed to provide equal educational opportunities for all children. Question 9. The RTE Act was enacted by. Options. A. The President of India. B. The Parliament of India. C. The Supreme Court of India. D. The state governments. Answer. B. The Parliament of India. Explanation. The Act is a central legislation passed by the Indian Parliament. Question 10. The RTE Act aims to reduce. Options. A. Child marriage. B. Child labor. C. Poverty. D. All of the above. Answer. B. Child labor. Explanation. By providing free and compulsory education, the Act can help to reduce child labor. Question 11. The RTE Act guarantees the right to education for all children aged. Options. A. 5 to 14. B. 6 to 16. C. 6 to 14. D. 7 to 15. Answer. C. 6 to 14. Explanation. The Act is specifically applicable to children between the ages of 6 and 14. Question 12. The RTE Act was enacted in the year. Options. A. 2005. B. 2007. C. 2009. D. 2011. Answer. C. 2009. Explanation. The Act was passed by the Parliament in 2009. Question 13. The RTE Act aims to promote. Options. A. Social inequality. B. Educational equity. C. Child labor. D. Dropout rates. Answer. B. Educational equity. Explanation. The Act is designed to provide equal educational opportunities for all children. Question 14. The RTE Act mandates. Options. A. Private tuition for all students. B. Compulsory enrollment in government schools. C. Free and compulsory education. D. Corporal punishment in schools. Answer. C. Free and compulsory education. Explanation. The Act guarantees free and compulsory education for all children. Question 15. The RTE Act came into force in the year. Options. A. 2005. B. 2007. C. 2009. D. 2010. Answer. D. 2010. Explanation. The Act came into effect on April 1, 2010. Question 16. The RTE Act is a. Options. A. State law. B. Central law. C. International treaty. D. Supreme Court ruling. Answer. B. Central law. Explanation. The Act is a national legislation passed by the Parliament of India. Question 17. The RTE Act aims to reduce. Options. A. Child marriage. B. Child labor. C. Poverty. D. All of the above. Answer. B. Child labor. Explanation. By providing free and compulsory education, the Act can help to reduce child labor. Question 18. The RTE Act mandates the reservation of seats in private schools for. Options. A. Students from urban areas. B. Students from rural areas. C. Students from economically weaker sections and disadvantaged groups. D. Students with disabilities. Answer. C. Students from economically weaker sections and disadvantaged groups. Explanation. This provision aims to promote social inclusion and reduce educational disparities. Question 19. The RTE Act emphasizes the importance of options. A. Rote learning. B. Continuous comprehensive evaluation, CCE. C. Standardized tests. D. Corporal punishment. Answer. B. Continuous comprehensive evaluation, CCE. Explanation. The Act promotes CCE as a means of assessing student learning and reducing the burden of examinations. Question 20. The RTE Act aims to ensure options. A. Educational inequality. B. Educational equity. C. Child labor. D. Dropout rates. Answer. B. Educational equity. Explanation. The Act is designed to provide equal educational opportunities for all children.